Friends, hello, welcome back. We have NHL 22. With the new NHL 22 comes a new setup, but nonetheless, we're talking the NHL 22. I don't know what to do with myself now that I got somewhere to put my hands. I like dancing around a lot better. I think we're going to play the stand-up and dance game. But we have the NHL 22 trailer, which, by the way, looking pretty nice. The gameplay trailer, different from the actual trailer we seen last week. Now we have the gameplay trailer, which some people were quick to note. Gameplay trailer with, what, 37 seconds or 34 seconds worth of actual gameplay. I think it was 34. People were saying 34 because Matthew's gameplay, they kind of, you know, what a coincidence there they had going on. 4-minute trailer, 34 seconds of actual gameplay. We've seen a lot of the cutscenes and, you know, graphics on the sides, the arenas and everything else, which makes sense because it was trying to show us what the Frostbite engine did this year as far as graphics are concerned. We're seeing a lot more talk about players with their, you know, their eyes moving back and forth, and, you know, the other animations with their mouths, their heads, whatever. We're seeing a lot of that in cutscenes, though, of course. You're not going to see that as much when you go to the actual gameplay. You zoom out and stuff. You don't really see it there, but you see it in a lot more of the cutscenes and the action shots and everything else, which I like that. You know, it adds more interest to the game. I think another thing I really like here is it feels like they did step up the presentation side of things a whole lot in this game. We've seen some of the graphics, the side-by-side graphics of players popping up, you know, between the face-off and stuff. I thought that was a really, really nice addition. Something that's actually part of other games, but it hasn't been part of NHL, but they're kind of throwing it in there now. I didn't really realize it until now either, until they added that feature into the game where you see more of those pop-up presentation graphics. I think that's a lot of really cool stuff as far as the presentation is concerned. Now, as far as the gameplay is concerned, we are on a completely different route. First and foremost, the thing I want to say, EA, if I had one suggestion, would you please take a step in what MLB The Show does here, and when you're you know, doing your gameplay stuff, instead of doing a trailer, which a trailer's cool, love it, give us a Twitch stream. Give us a Twitch stream of you guys playing the game. Give us an hour with the devs playing the game and showing us each and every single improvement in certain areas, how it's gotten better, so on and so forth. Because again, it's hard to see in a 34-second really cut together gameplay trailer. You don't see it a lot there. I heard, you know, some stick improvements, a lot of the same stuff we hear every year, which I'm not going to harp on EA for it, and I'm also not going to, you know, get too optimistic about it. I'm going to stay in the middle until the game comes out, because that's just at the end of the day how it is. You got to wait until you actually play the game to feel the gameplay. So I'm going to hold my breath on that. It's always a preference thing. Personally, I care way more about the way the game actually plays, being more realistic and being more authentic the way it feels compared to the fancy graphics and stuff. I'd play on NHL 10 graphics if it meant I was going to get the very best hockey experience gameplay wise on the actual ice. But everybody's different. I know a lot of people want to see Frostbite, they want to see the graphics improvement, and they're going to get that this year, I think, from the most part, at least from, again, the presentation side of things, the cutscenes and everything else. It's always a lot more difficult once you scope out from, you know, clear up in that overhead view, that broadcast view of players. It definitely looks different, though. I think it's hard to argue that. There's obviously going to take some time to get used to the new engine. There's going to take time to go from the old console to the new console. And honestly, overall for me, I'm excited because, again, can't stress enough what we went from NHL 14 to NHL 15. It was such a stripped down game, and to see this year EA is actually trying to put more effort into not stripping the game down, but improving it from next gen to from old gen to next gen. That's where all this started. Remember that. That's where all this started. They started behind the 8 ball from the gen or the next gen jump. If they can start ahead of things, or at least at par, going into the PlayStation 5 and new Xbox, you know, generation, I think that's a very good sign for NHL in general. But we're gonna see. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the gameplay trailer. And real quick before we jump into this, I need some thoughts, all right? Hang on. Let's scope out of this. Yeah? Or no? Like imagine 4 of these bad boys. One here, one down there. Are we game with that or not? I'm trying to figure out what to freaking put there. I appreciate you guys on Snapchat. I've been getting some conversations in with you guys, trying to get some suggestions there. I'm gonna figure out what to do, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.